What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Boxing, and I'm back with another video. Today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. We're gonna be doing a tier list for 154 pounds. But I'm gonna make this into a little series. Feel me? I'm gonna do every single weight class. But I figured with all this news about Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fighting in September, that it's only right that we do 154 pounds since Terrence Crawford not gonna be in the division for too much longer. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm pretty sure y'all already know how these tier lists work. You got the S tier, you got elite, world class, contender, fringe contender, gatekeeper, and then S tier. That's pretty much the best. That's like GOAT tier right there, pretty much. You feel me? So off rip, y'all already know who got to be in the S tier. We got Terrence Bud Crawford, pound for pound, top 3 pound for pound, 4 division world champion, 2 division undisputed. That's an easy one right there. Feel me? I don't even gotta explain that one. So let's not even waste no time with that. Let's get straight to the second tier. So we got the elite tier. So off rip, I'm gonna put Israel Madrimov. He just fought Bud Crawford, and gave him the toughest fight of his career. Easily the toughest fight of his career. I think I scored it probably like 8-4, maybe 7-5. Crawford definitely won, but that was his toughest test yet for sure. Madrimov, I mean, he got a lot of different attributes. He's athletic, explosive, powerful, strong. But he got great ring IQ, great counter punching, pretty good defense too, or at least defensive awareness. He knows when he's taking a chance and why he's taking it. He got good feints too and great conditioning. I will say he got great conditioning. Cause something a lot of people ain't draw a comparison, but I seen a lot of similarities between, you look at the Crawford Madrimov fight, you look at the Hitchens Paro fight, and you look at the Pacheco Nelson fight. All of those fights was a taller guy versus a shorter guy, and all 3 fights the shorter guy kind of used the same strategy. You've seen Paro and Nelson kind of take a page out of Madrimov's playbook with what he did with Bud, which was that whole herky-jerky style, just feinting, constantly feinting, and coming in off of those feints, being able to punch off those feints and those movements, right, those herky-jerky movements. But the big difference between Madrimov and those other 2 fights was Madrimov was the closest one. Bud still won the fight, but the difference was Paro and Steve Nelson, they both got tired by like the 4th, 5th round, because that herky-jerky shit is tiring, to be constantly up, down, feint. But I mean, that shit is tiring. But Madrimov was able to keep that going for damn near the whole 12 rounds without slowing down. So more than anything, that fight really showed me his conditioning is crazy. His conditioning is crazy. So yeah, feel me? Israel Madrimov, definitely elite. But here's the thing with 154 though. Man, I mean, this division is stacked. That's the other reason I wanted to do 154 first, because I really feel like this is probably the best division in boxing. You got so many fighters who is elite. So without further ado, let's get to the next 2. You got Sergey Boachuk and where he at? And Virgil Ortiz. Feel me? They put on a great fight, one of the best fights of the year. And yeah, you feel me? Like, look, if matter of fact, I was gonna say something, but really, all you gotta know is just look at the skill set. I mean, you look at Virgil Ortiz, explosive, could counter. He's fast, got power, but clearly that power didn't carry up to 154 as much. Either that or Boachuk is just really durable. But I don't think he's that durable, because he got knocked out by someone else on this list. But regardless, we know how good Virgil is just because look at what he did to Mean Machine. You feel me? So, and we know how good Bohachuk is because look at what he did to Ishmael Davis. You get what I'm saying? So these two guys is both real good. They just met their match when they met each other and they put on a great fight. They got different attributes. I think, um, feel me, Bohachuk, he's a little slower, a little more flat footed, but he's stronger, probably hits a little harder, and he's just got a real tight high guard, real defensively responsible. And he throws real good straight punches, whereas Ortiz, he's better with the hooks and the uppercuts. Um, but yeah, that brings us to the last person we got at Elite. At least I think so. Yeah, yeah, that's the last person we got at Elite, and that's Bakram Murtazaliev. Um, Actually, the only other champion we got up here, other than Terrence Crawford, is Bakram Murtazaliev. Um, and look, he hasn't been on a big stage too much, but I think that Tim Tszyu fight showed us everything we need to know. Yeah, Tim Tszyu's confidence might have been down, but I mean, that Fundora fight was still a close ass fight. Bakram came in there and blitzed him in like 3 rounds, bro. I mean, that was diabolical the way he did Tim Tszyu, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. But feel me, I think he gonna give anyone in the division trouble. Just with his style, he's rangy. He got power. He throws shots from unorthodox angles. He got good ring IQ, good counter puncher. Feel me, Bakram Murtazaliev is a problem. And really, I would like to see him against Madrimov, even though Madrimov about to fight Virgil. But mark my words, because I'm not finna make a prediction video, I don't think at least. But so if y'all watch this video, this is my prediction right here. Madrimov gonna beat Virgil Ortiz. February 22nd, he gonna beat Virgil. Possibly by knockout. But I'm gonna say by decision. But it would not surprise me if Virgil gets stopped. Cause he's just too reckless, and Madrimov is a good counterpuncher. I see him running him into something. And I think Madrimov hits harder than Bohachuk. And you've seen Bohachuk drop Virgil twice. But we gonna see. I think that's gonna be a great fight, man. I think that's gonna be a great fight. But regardless though, we on to world class. At world class, I feel like man, it's a lot of people here too. But off rip, let's get Jesus Ramos in there. He just fought against Jason Rosario. That was a good fight, a good win. He really got robbed against Erickson Lubin, who I also do feel like is on this level still. He's a good fighter. I mean, at a lot of other divisions, either of these guys would be champion. Speaking of which, we gotta put Sebastian Fundora at world class because he is the champion, or one of the champions. But he is a champion, so he got to be world class. World class, cause I mean you have to be. How you gonna be a world champion if you're not world class? Feel me? But he I mean Fundora is an interesting one. I don't think that he's that skilled, but he hits hard, and he is tall as hell. So that's gonna give anybody at the division problems just because of those two just natural physical gifts that he got. Feel me? But shit, you can't mention Fundora without mentioning the guy who knocked him out, Brian Mendoza. And it's crazy, you feel me? Brian Mendoza, Erickson Lubin, even Jesus Ramos, because even though he just had that win, they've kind of fallen out of the picture at 154 pounds, even though 3 years ago these was all fake the top contenders aside from I guess Tim Tszyu. But yeah, that shit is crazy how stacked this division has become. Cause I mean, like I said before, all of these guys could be champions. Brian Mendoza is not no slouch at all. At all. But moving on. we got Xander Zayas. Now, some people might say that this is a little bit harsh, but yo, I just said harsh. My fault. I just don't. I gotta stop doing that. I need notes or something because I be zoning out and saying bullshit in the video. I said harsh. Some people might think that this is a little generous, not harsh. But he done beat some guys. He beat Patrick Teixeira. And I think just to the eye test, Xander Zayas is he's skilled. He's skilled. He's 20 and old. He's just getting more and more polished. And I mean, I look at him like his career is kind of in the same place as a Jesus Ramos right now. Um, so uh I really feel like that would be a great fight actually. Jesus Ramos against Xander Zayas, but he could definitely be fighting for a title um soon. And I mean, yeah. Yeah. Uh let's see. Now we got anybody else at at world class? No, I don't think so. Alright, on to matter of fact, I just realized my fault, yeah. I forgot while I was preparing this video. I was gonna get rid of this fringe um contender tier because we just getting too specific at that point, and I ain't gonna lie. Look, if y'all fuck with this series of videos, I'm gonna do this whole series first, every single weight class. But if y'all is fucking with this, y'all subscribing, liking, commenting, doing all that on these videos. At the end of it, I'm gonna do a ultimate tier list video for all of boxing, and that's the one where I'm gonna get real in depth. I'm not even gonna do tiers like this. I'm gonna do it A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, C plus, like feel me? And I'm gonna literally do all of boxing, at least anybody that's relevant. I'm talking like 500 fighters in one tier list, feel me? So come on now, this the most informative channel on YouTube, the most unbiased. We don't play none of those race politics, promoter politics, and we really know boxing over here. Feel me? So if you want to actually know something about the sport, this is the channel to go to. But my fault for that little tangent. But we back to it. Contender status. Who do we got off rip? I'm gonna put Josh Kelly in here. Contender. He just beat Ismail Davis. Feel me? He a good fighter. He took an L a minute ago to David Avanesian or Avanesian, whatever. But he been rebuilding ever since then. And he looking good. He looking good for sure. Who else? Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell, just to the eye test, looks real nice. I almost wanted to put him at world class, but I just haven't seen him against nobody that I really know to what do they call it, as like a benchmark to say, all right, this is how good he is. We got to see him against some better competition first, but the eye test speaks for itself. His skills is definitely there. So don't get it twisted, feel me? Who we got next? We got man, what the fuck is this guy's name? Like, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. I'm gonna just call him Andreas. Andreas Katz or something. Whatever the fuck his last name is. He's nice. I'm not gonna hold you. He's nice. I never heard of him before. But until recently I seen his fight with Brandon Adams, who had been rebuilding because he had just been inactive for a while. And mind you, Brandon Adams knocked out Sergey Boichuk. So Brandon Adams was nice. but they had a real good fight, real close fight too. But I seen a lot of people saying it was a robbery, but I don't think so. I think Cats won. I'm gonna just call them Cats. I think Cats won. Uh, but that being said, and he's nice. He's nice. But I don't know what level the both of them are at because Brandon Adams was inactive. But we just gonna have to see him fight some of these guys at this level above, or even maybe you put Cats in there with a Conwell or a Kelly, and see how he do. Feel me? But he's definitely a solid contender. And I think he could give a lot of guys problems. That bring us though to Brandon Adams. Feel me? Brandon Adams, still a contender, I would say. He had a real close fight with Cats, and he's still dangerous. He's just gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to the promotional side and just the business side of boxing, but definitely a dangerous fighter. That brings us to who we got next. Tim Tszyu. Oh man, Tim Tszyu. I mean, he just took 2 bad losses in a row. But look, you saw what he did against Brian Mendoza. We've seen him work before. I think he beat Tony Harrison too. Actually, that was a good win too. I mean, we seen what he did. I just think he need to get his confidence back. But both of those last 2 fights he was in was brutal fights. So I don't know. His chin might be shot now. His confidence might be shot now. He might never be the same fighter again. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he lost to 2 good fighters, and he got good wins on his resume, and it's not like he old. But without further ado, man, this a tough one. Cause I'm gonna say contender. I'm gonna say Ishmael Davis is a contender. He's definitely not on the level of all these guys that I just put on this tier. But he's getting better for sure. And he's not a bad fighter. And I could see him being on this level soon. He gave Josh Kelly a good fight. They just threw him to the wolves with Sergey Boichuk. But he's not a gatekeeper. I could see him maybe fighting for a title in a few years. I don't think he's that old. I think he's like late 20s, early 30s, something like that. Feel me? But it just don't seem right to put him as a gatekeeper. Yeah, it just that don't seem right. Now, just because of his age, it almost feel like I should put Jack Koke as a gatekeeper. But to be honest, he's still not a bad fighter. He just did fight for a title, and he didn't put up a bad fight against Bakram Murtazaliev. Granted, it was a Murtazaliev who was fasting for Ramadan, but that's I don't know. I'm gonna say he a contender because I could see him fighting for another title at some point. But now these last 3 guys, even though this guy Kurbanov didn't fought for a title against Madrimov, that was a vacant title. And these last 3 guys, even though Kurbanov and this other guy right here, Soro, is young, they just no good. I don't see them ever becoming nothing more than a gatekeeper. So I'm gonna put them at gatekeeper. And then we got Patrick Teixeira. He's a shot fighter, and he's not completely ass now, but he's a shell of himself. And To be honest, he was never all that good. He was kind of a one-hit wonder with that win he had against Adames. But at this point in his career, he's definitely a gatekeeper. But there you have it. Feel me? We had like 20 different guys on this tier list. Pretty much anybody who's relevant at 154, I put in this tier list. The only person I could think of that I didn't put is Errol Spence, because he hasn't even fought at 154 yet. So that ain't even feel right to my fault to put him in this list, because we don't know what he gonna look like at 154. And then the other person is Jermell Charlo. But same thing with him. Even though he fought at 154, he was undisputed and all that. He's just been out the ring for so long. I mean, I think it's deadass been almost 2 years since he fought, and the last time he fought was at 168. So I can't even put him on this tier list. Cause I don't even feel like my fault, yeah. My camera died, but like I was saying, I don't even feel like Jermell Charlo would be relevant if he was to come back right now. I think Majimov, Boachuk, Ortiz, Murtazaliev, even Ramos, Zayas, Fundora, all these guys is more relevant than him right now. So yeah, feel me? But there you have it. That's my tier list for 154 pounds. Let me know if you guys agree with me, if you guys disagreed in the comments. And yeah, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Definitely go like the video if you want more of these videos. Feel me? If you want me to continue this series, want me to continue doing these tier lists for every weight class, make sure you drop a like. Feel me? It really make a difference for the channel. And yeah, let's set a goal for 10 likes. If this video get 10 likes, I'm gonna do another weight class tier list video.